From the tippy top?
From the tippity? What's up, y'all? You back with the Wisleys. You got K. Wisely.
What's up? You got Bobo.
And you got your boy Keegs. What's going on?
We back at y'all with something different today. Brett Favre's name out there in the news. I don't really know what's going on with it, but I'm curious to find out what it is. So let's check it out.
See what they talking about with Brett Favre, man. The old gunslinger. Up to no good.
Gunslinger. That's what he was.
Up to no good.
May not be who he is, but that's who he was.
Yesterday, an investigation by Mississippi Today found that Brett Favre, along with the help of a former Mississippi governor, obtained welfare funds to help build a new volleyball center at the University of Southern Mississippi. Shannon, how much do you think this could tarnish Brett Favre's legacy?
Well, I don't think none can tarnish it, because if you go back and look at his history when he played in the NFL, they should have tarnished it already. I talked to people that was in the room when Brett Favre went into the Hall of Fame, and nobody mentioned about text messages that he sent to that jet masseuse. Nobody mentioned anything about the addiction that he suffered from. But yet T.O., they brought up everything. Can you imagine if T.O. would have had an incidents like Brett Favre off the field? T.O. still, to this day right now, would not be in the Hall of Fame. Yet they walked right past it like Brett Favre did nothing.
That is true. Wow. I give you that.
The problem that I have with this situation, you got to be a sorry mofo to steal from the lowest of the low. Skip, Mississippi is the poorest state in our country.
It is.
Its citizens.
True.
So if they're the poorest state, Brett Favre is taken from the underserved. You made $100+ million in the NFL. And they're talking about, well, he didn't know. This is what Brett Favre texted. If you were to pay me, is there any way the media can find out where it came from and how much? So if you got to ask this question, is there any way the media can find out? You already know you're doing something wrong.
Got him.
The mere fact that you don't want anybody to know. So you know you're doing something wrong. And Skip, he wanted to seem so philanthropic. He wanted to change the perception of the narrative. He take money for some damn volleyball arena.
Well, his
daughter played. So, you see what Brett Favre did for his alma mater? No, he didn't get no money came out of his pocket. He stole money from people that really needed that money.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Man, this is embarrassing. And he's not the only one. Ted DiBiase, a former wrestler, even Marcus Dupree, a great running back at the school that you loved growing up, Oklahoma. He got money. How can you got to be really low to take from the poorest of the poor? Brett, you ain't got enough money? Okay, Skip, listen. You know you're not supposed to have this. But how about go give the damn speeches? They're paying you to give speeches, and you didn't even give the speeches. And now you won't even pay the money back. And they fired one of the guys that say he tried to recruit the money. They fired him he was a Clinton appointee. This was political.
Yep.
Shouldn't you get the money back? Have nothing to do with politics. The man and this is what we know. Skip, when black and brown people do fraud the government, they hell bent. You get an EBT card, or you get WIC, or you get stuff like that, boy, they move heaven and earth to try to put you in jail for $400 little measly dollars.
Fact.
Now this man took $1 million. Somebody got $3 million. Somebody got $400,000. And they sitting around like, well, you know, it happened, and we'll see. And they're gonna get more money and do it all over again.
And to your point, the Mississippi Department of Human Services had to file a civil lawsuit against Brett Favre because he had not paid back the interest he owed on the $1.1 million that he was fraudulently given for giving no speeches.
Right. And he won't even pay the 1.1 back. He won't even pay the interest on the money.
Right. It's $228,000.
We get a timeout on the coach. That's a lot. But just a question, man. Skip is saying, if I understand this correctly, that Mississippi filed a lawsuit against Favre because he did not pay the interest on the illegal money that he received. Am I hearing that right?
It sounded like that, plus the fact that he did not follow through on his end of the business deal, which was that he was to deliver some speeches or some motivational talks. But long answer, yeah.
And that is interesting. So they already knew he had stole it, but got mad because he didn't pay any of it back. So if he had paid it back, would this even be out there? But anyway, we'll get to that. Let's see the rest of this.
Man.
$1,000.
I mean, you got to be really low.
Yeah.
You got to be really low, and people and politicians, you got to be really low too, to know that this money is supposed to go to the most underserved, and you take it and give it to people that's made millions, or got millions, or have the potential to make millions, and you're willing to do that. You're willing to let your people starve. You let your people go underserved. And Brett Favre, you took this money. Ain't nothing. Skip. This is what we know.
Yeah.
If people like you, there is nothing you can do to turn them against you. We've seen this before now. We see what's going on right now. We got people bending themselves, becoming contortionists, trying to explain away what somebody doing with top secret documents at their location. They bend themselves in pretzel. They looking like Neo in the Matrix.
Yep.
So nothing Brett Favre can do. But he's been a sleazeball. He's been shady for a very, very long time.
Pull no
To all
punches.
of your points, the one thing I'm pretty sure about is Brett Favre will not be seen in any more national TV commercials from this point forward.
Why won't? Skip, they knew about this. He's still in Copper John. He's still throwing passes to Jerry Rice.
This will end that.
Whatever.
Wow.
Man, oh man.
Wow.
He called
He's
him
pulling
a
no punches.
He called him a sleazeball.
He's not missing any words, man.
Man.
Wow. Well, now I know what's going on with it. I don't like it. But yeah, man, that's a lot. That almost leaves me speechless to understand that he took that money. And then the text, again, the text of, will the media know if you pay me, is self-incriminating in more than anything else about this whole thing. What y'all think about it, man?
The fact that he millions of dollars and getting away with it. Hey, I'm all for the next hustle. You know, get your hustle on, get whatever. But that's from a different. I know people are going to be like, well, it was good for the goose is good for the gander, right? If you made it out of a certain, if you're in a certain tax bracket, I mean, what are you doing? Honestly, what are you doing? Taking money from Mississippi is the lowest earning state in America, and it's one of them. It's a poverty state for American standards.
It's the poorest
And
state.
It's the poorest state, and you're taking money from the welfare. And right now, isn't Mississippi going through?
There's a
the
national
flooding,
dilemma that's going on out there.
None of that. You should be you should be ashamed of yourself. Should be ashamed. of you. Won't even pay back the interest. They're asking for just the interest on something. You can't even go give a speech. Just your presence, Brett Favre, you're so big and so popular. Your presence is uplifting the people. You can't even go give a speech, my man, that they paid you millions of dollars for. Nah, And then they ask for hey, can you pay the interest back on it? No.
So they outed him because he wouldn't even pay that. Wow.
Well, I don't understand how the process works. I just have a feeling if this was I'm trying to think, Deshaun Watson, which I shouldn't bring him up because he got enough real trouble going on his own. This was Deshaun Watson. I don't think they would have been filing a lawsuit to get the interest back. I think they would have came and just scooped him up and threw his behind in jail and then hit him with the lawsuit for the interest. I don't see why are we suing this guy for the interest? Well, you should do that. You do want to recoup and recover that. But where is the penalty? Where's the
accountability?
That part.
Where's the accountability for it?
That part right there.
Yeah,
You had to bring
system.
You had to bring up Deshaun Watson. I don't want to see. I don't want to see no more Deshaun Watson in his massage shorts running around on the practice field. He got skin color massage shorts running around in practice field. Man, what the hell you doing, man?
Yeah, I didn't
you
mean
in enough trouble.
I didn't mean to drag him into it. I didn't mean to drag him into it.
Yeah.
But no, I know what you're saying because I look at it like this with what was the actresses? I'm trying to think. I think it was Felicity Huffman and what was the other chick? Lori Loughlin.
Oh yeah, how that one kind of went away too.
Yes. So they did
they were paying to get their kids into these top-notch schools.
USC.
To USC. I hate to say it.
I hate to say it.
AKA top-notch school. Keep going.
Yes, top-notch school. Top-notch school.
Top-notch school. Shout
and
out.
they were, you know, basically lying on the admission scandal, and just got a slap on the wrist, just a little light tap, slap on the wrist. I think Lori Loughlin got to do house arrest, if I'm not mistaken. And this is big time, you know, this is big time money. And it was a sister who had lied as far as for high school, I think it was. She had said that her daughter lived at, like, it was like her grandmother's address, and they found out about whatever, blah, 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 and she got prison time. So just letting you know the difference between, I mean, you could, don't believe me, you can look it up. You can Google it. It's very easy to Google up.
Do your Googles.
Yeah.
So let me say this. For those in the world that may think on the other side of the coin, right? You may look at it and go, well, you're making a big deal out of nothing, right? My man is giving you some ideas to think about. Let that soak in, how it's not always a cry wolf when someone says there's a situation that's not being judged equally. There are situations where you can look at it, not even necessarily in parallel, but you look at the low end of the spectrum and the high end of the spectrum, and the person at the low end is getting the worst end of that. Why? Because they can't afford legal counsel, because they didn't steal enough money. I mean, what is it, right? So yeah. Like Skip said, will he actually not be on any endorsement deals moving forward?
It's going to be interesting to see. One other thing I wanted to note, the money that was misappropriated, $5 million of the welfare money for the people of the state of Mississippi, $5 million was allocated for a new indoor sports arena, particularly for volleyball at Mississippi State University, which is Brett Favre's alma mater. But guess who's on that women's volleyball team?
Let me guess.
Go ahead.
His daughter.
His daughter. Come on, man.
Nepotism.
Nepotism. Let's add that charge onto there. Run his card.
Run that nepotism on there too. I just find it a bit odd, man, that there are music artists that are getting RICO cases for things that they're saying that may be real, may not be real on wax or on recording studio. But yet we got plain sight things that are happening right here that are sliding through the cracks. Y'all be the judge, man. Talk to us about it. Are we looking at it wrong? Y'all have a different viewpoint on it? Hit that like and subscribe. Definitely drop in them comments. Let me know what y'all think about this whole situation right here. We need it.
Unbelievable.
I'm speechless still, man. All right, we'll wait to check y'all in the comments section. But until then, man, something to think about. Wisely's out.